Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and today is a little bit different because I want to come to y'all to report on something I thought was insane when I saw it on the news. Now, I was scrolling social media a few days ago, and I remember seeing a story about a shooting that had happened in Vegas. And I saw it and it was like, oh, it's something about a live situation that had happened. And I'm like, people in Vegas being crazy. I scrolled right past. I had no idea. This was a story about YouTuber beef that ended in a double pow pow. And I was like, child, it's not worth it. Okay. But y'all know first things first, if you've not done so already, take a second and subscribe to my channel. Okay, like the video, share the video as well. You can follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. Y'all know I do all kind of other content, so it's all up on my channel. Go watch. Okay, because we are well around the channel over here. Okay. Anyway, back to this tragic story that I feel like people don't understand. YouTube, hi, is a crazy place to be. Okay, you have different sectors, different sections. Some folk do reviews, some folk do makeup, some folk do news, some folk do politics. It's all different kind. Whatever you into is a sector of that on YouTube for you. But there is a beef sector of YouTube, okay, where people really for clicks and views and dollar bills be beefing with each other, be beefing with other people. And to me, it's a toxic cesspool of foolishness for clicks and views. I do not subscribe to any of that. It's too mentally draining, okay? And it seems YouTube beef should never lead to prison or death. Okay, there is not enough money, enough commissary money, enough clicks and views that should take someone's life or send someone to prison. It just should not happen. But that's what happened here. Caught live on camera, and I'm like, who at fault? Who took it too far? Is YouTube to blame? Yes, and yes. Everyone took it too far. Okay, everyone's at fault, including YouTube, because I feel like they see this stuff, shut it down. Okay, no one should be on here beefing every day. It's just not worth the mayhem of what happened in Vegas. Now, I'm not saying anybody is the reason that the person who was the killer did it. I'm not saying anyone pushed him because he's at fault in full. But I was like, Jesus, please fix it. So this is what happened. I looked into it. Okay, we have married couple people together, Rodney and Tanisha Finley, who are the victims in this. We have Manuel Ruiz, who is the accused killer in this. Okay, both people, both they had a YouTube channel. He had a YouTube channel. They were on Finny the Legend, and her name was Bubbly. And then we had Manuel Ruiz, who had a channel called Sin City Manny, and he lived in Vegas. I don't know if they lived in either Arizona or Cali, but they did not live in Vegas as far as I know. They had an altercation a couple of years ago, okay, when they were in the same space. Again, both are YouTubers. He does YouTube around Vegas for sure. He thinks he's the biggest YouTuber in Vegas. And I think both of these entities were like, they weren't huge YouTubers, but they were known in their own section, in their own place, in their own location or whatever. And they were saying, man, you felt like, well, don't be encroaching on my Vegas ship, my viewership. Don't come around here. My content is my content. Leave me be. And at one point, when Rodney and Tanisha were somewhere in the same vicinity, out in a public place where Manny was filming himself in his own content, they filmed him filming himself. He got upset. An altercation happened, and Manuel Ruiz, again the alleged killer, pepper sprayed or maced Bubbly. Okay, which caused the whole thing. Then Bubbly like went live on YouTube and discussed what had happened, and beef started from there. So, in my opinion, again, this happened. It's about a year, over a year ago. And since then, both entities, separately on their YouTube channels, were beefing back and forth with each other. Again, the beef sector. And when I went, because I can't find Manny's page now. I'm probably guessing YouTube took it down after the murder. Okay, I looked and saw Finney, uh, Rodney had a page. Okay, they only had like it was less than 6,000 subscribers. However, the viewership child was viewing and chipping. Okay, the viewership itself was 10,000, 18,000, all of that. Okay, and so for at least, let me see. Let me go this way. Oh, the sound like that. Yeah, like current. Like when I looked last night, he had like 55, maybe 56,000, 56,000, 5,600. About 5,500 ish subscribers today. Right now, he has 6,200. So he's gotten more subscribers since being killed. I was like, now why would y'all subscribe and the man is dead? See, but again, this is why people wanting clicks and views is crazy. Because subscribing to a dead person page, this don't make any sense anyway. Weird. Weird. Okay. So again, they both on their own respective channels have been beefing back and forth. They both on their respective channels were saying things about each other. It was messy all around. Okay, messy all around. Because I can't find his channel, I can't see how many subscribers he had. And I kept Googling it. Okay, let me Google it again. I kept Googling it and trying to see if I said maybe they took his page. You took his page down because you. Oh, let me see it. Where is it? Let me see. Oh, they took it down because when I click on it, the little YouTube when they take your page down, a little monkey with a branch pops up, and that means it ain't there no more. Okay. Now when I'm looking on it, when I click it for Sin City Manny Wise, Wise, he had 14,000 subs. But I'm assuming the same way that Finney picked up more subs since it happened, he probably did too, and he was the culprit. Okay, he's the culprit. But again, beefing for YouTube, beefing for clicks and views, beefing for money. Mm. But some people get addicted to the viewership. They get to the money. You get paid more. The more views, the more clicks you get paid. You get more money. Okay, but again, on Finney's page, he only has now 6,000 subs, but his videos were getting thousands of views. Like one from 5 months ago, 47,000 views. Okay, um, it's just but again, it's the attention. Okay, it's the attention. Them being in Vegas from 3 days ago, around the time that it happened, 50,000 views. Okay, the last live they had 3 days ago, well, now has 113,000 views. 7 days ago, 20,000 views. So it's a thing to where you can have 2 subscribers and 18 million views, or you can have 40,000 subscribers and 1,000 views. Okay, whatever. Point is, Sin City Manny versus Finity the Legend and Bubbly ended in death, all because a year or two ago, Manny pepper sprayer maced Bubbly because he felt like, get out, don't film me. This my content, leave me be. You too close, spray, 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 altercation. Okay. Now the kicker is over this year and a half, 2 years of them beefing after that altercation. Because again, he lives in Vegas, and they were either in Cali or Arizona. I can't think. I saw two separate. I saw one post from one news source that said they lived in Cali. I then saw one that said that they lived in Arizona. So I don't know which one it is. I don't want to say the wrong one. But on both channels, they were both striking each other's channels, doing copyright strikes, and all of the foolishness that can get someone's page shut down. At one point, I think Manny had 2 strikes, because this is the thing on YouTube. If you have 3 strikes, to your channel, YouTube takes your channel. Okay, that's why folks say striking someone's channel is a direct threat to them. You're trying to shut their channel down. That's why some folks say even if someone has of your content, you request the content is removed. If you send a strike to someone, you want to get their page shut down. Okay, so that's why I don't strike me, because I have no strikes. Okay, now good. But allegedly, he had already had 2 strikes with channel, and there were conversation stuff of Finney. I can give you do a 3rd strike to you or whatever. So again, beefing back and forth. I saw one post of Finney putting up how Manny sent takedown requests, copyright, strikes and all this stuff to a channel. So they were doing things back and forth to each other because they would use each other's content in their beefing things. And I'm like, child, YouTube needs to pay attention to these things because YouTube is supposed to be fun, educational, enlightening. It shouldn't be about folks beefing back and forth. And if 2 content creators keeps copyrighting each other, for what? At some point, YouTube say, look, either y'all stop talking to each other, be the parent, YouTube. Either y'all stop fucking with each other, or we're going to send both of y'all to timeout. Okay, do other things. I heard that Finney channel was about other things. It wasn't strictly focused on Manny. Now I can't see Manny's channel no more, so I don't know what he did. Okay, I can't do that. Anyway, they in Vegas. Okay, he lives in Vegas. Now and I saw them going live and posting about them being in Vegas. Now there is a video, okay, of Manny. This is Manny. Okay, this was posted the day before the shooting. Manny riding around Vegas, talking as if he's looking for his fans.
Jerome, I'm out here searching for my baby. The fuck? I went through every fucking casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in fucking town.
Now, first of all, I said not you riding around looking. See, again, is when you take things too far. You should not be riding around looking for nobody who you two beefing with. It ain't even worth it. Y'all don't live in the same states. Why y'all care? Leave each other alone.
I'm dying to see him. I'm fucking dying to see him. What are we doing? Fuel bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll fucking be there. I'll fucking be there.
Now, to me, this being filmed the day before he walked up on these folks and killed them in court, this will be premeditated 1st-degree murder to me. Because it showed your intent looking for someone before you committed said act.
You better fucking believe it. You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You fucking think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told. Right? Somebody should have sent me my invite.
Why do folks think they own cities? I don't own Detroit. I don't. I live here. I'm born and raised here, 313 all day, but I don't own this city.
Mr. Marcus. That's right. We outside. We doing fuel bar tonight? I'm fucking there, homie. What's the fuel bar without the fuel? We're doing the fuel bar tonight. Let's fucking go. Or wherever you go, I will be there. Oh man, come on. I have to say hi to my biggest fan. You know?
The moment he started barking, I would have went and got a protective order. Because why are you barking? So again, that was him the day before the shooting happened. Okay. Now I'm not gonna play any of the content that they did. By they I mean Finney and Bubbly, the day of the murders. And it was around Vegas, enjoying Vegas or whatever. Okay. Now per the Daily Mail, I'm gonna read what it says. Ruiz, okay, right here, better known as Sin City Manuel, no, Sin City Manny Wise, allegedly shot, killed fellow YouTubers, Rodney and also Bubbly. Girl, yeah, Rodney, because it's Rodney Finley. Let's see, he was 43. I think they both were 43. But shot them in Vegas on the strip in front of the Bellagio Hotel. Again, it was on the news, and all it said was like shooting, two shot on the and I'm like, man, people in Vegas being crazy for what? Did not have any idea it came from a stupid YouTube beef. Okay, it's dumb. And now the crazy part was Fendi the Legend and Bubby were live. They were outside the hotel. They were live. You do see someone walk up who looks exactly like Sin City Manny. You hear Philly the Legend say like a little bit of talking, but it was less than 10 seconds. You do see Bubbly trying to step in between, like don't come over there bullshit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And as soon as he walked up, you then heard gunshots. You heard her say, like, oh my God, I can't believe. And then you then hear, she said, are you fucking kidding me? Because it happened so fast. I don't think she even realized what was happening from the time he walked up, gun pull out, shot her husband, and then he then shot and killed her. And again, you didn't see. Luckily, the footage did not show the actual murder. You just hear it go down, and you can see someone who looks exactly like Sin City Manny. You see a little bit of Rodney kind of turning away. You do see Bubbly turning, and she looks shocked, and she goes to, like, grab her camera, and then when she turns to go to the camera, you hear like two shots, and then you don't hear her anymore. And I'm like, it's in child, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's not worth it. And the fact that now two people are gone, and the crazy part was I couldn't find like a photo for her outside this one photo. Um, but you killed two people over some YouTube videos. But it also is a key point and point out some people are not mentally well. And while one side may think, oh, we just YouTube and beefing and it's nothing, whatever, that man have already pepper sprayed, maced your wife. I don't play with people who like to get physical. And to me, he came off menacing just in him riding around and saying, I'm looking for folks. Child, no. Now let's get to the little thing on the news story.
Namura joins us now from the downtown Las Vegas area with more on what he's learned about this case, along with reaction from several YouTubers who showed up in court today. Andrew?
Now, they didn't show several YouTubers. They only showed one YouTuber, and once y'all see who it is, I'm going to say, child.
Yeah, that's correct, LaToya. At least 3 YouTubers were present when 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz made his first court appearance. They also shared insights as to their reasons why this beef turned deadly.
Good morning, Mr. Ruiz. You were arrested for 2 counts of open murder with use of a deadly weapon.
Because you are accused of walking up on 2 individuals on streaming live, okay? Pop them live in front of a whole, what? It was Vegas. It was a whole bunch of people outside who witnessed the damn thing. Now, the only thing I'll say is at least no one else was killed. Like the bad part is he had targets. He targeted two people, killed two people, then walked away. He didn't shoot any of the witnesses who were around. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that shows he had intent. Because if you just out here, if you just going crazy, you're gonna pop everyone in the area. But no, he deliberately executed two individuals.
41-year-old Manuel Ruiz makes his first court appearance Tuesday, 2 days after he allegedly shot and killed two people along the Las Vegas Strip near the Bellagio fountains.
So that little clip was what was recorded live. Again, you don't see the violence of what happened of the murder, but you do see you do know what happened. You know what I'm saying?
The Clark County coroner officially identifying them as 43 and 44-year-old Tanisha and Rodney Findley.
I thought it was just all for YouTube content.
I said not Wiley. If y'all know YouTube, y'all have probably heard of his name in the past. Child.
I didn't think he was going to actually shoot him and shoot his wife and kill them. I didn't think it was going to go that far.
This apparent YouTube beef
So that's Finley's channel.
turned tragedy, getting the attention of other creators like Marquise Wiley, who showed up to court in support of the victims. He says the bad blood started brewing more than a year ago.
And this is the crazy part. That's why you hear a lot of us YouTubers saying we don't get involved in YouTuber beef. Because YouTuber beef is a whole thing. And usually if you have your own channel, you do your own content, you're not covering other YouTubers. The only time some of us cover is stuff like this, if it becomes a national story. You know what I'm saying? Like Cardi B and Tasha K. National story. You know what I'm saying? When things escalate to being on the news, being in the courts, that's the only time most YouTubers will address what's going on. I don't know who beefing on YouTube. I don't be caring. It ain't my business. Okay? Until either it goes to court or it go like the Mar-a-Lago girl who's a YouTuber or content creator who was being sued by Megan Thee Stallion. That stuff we cover. But the fact that this YouTuber even knew about all of this is because some YouTubers pay attention to YouTube beef because it gives them views too to discuss it. I'm not discussing YouTube beef. I don't have to, it's too negative. And then their fans come to your channel with the bullshit.
It was all about who was the biggest Las Vegas YouTube content creator. And it was just, they was in competition. And when you watch YouTube, you see different creators competing for viewers.
And that's not what YouTube is supposed to be. YouTube is not supposed to be YouTubers competing against each other for views. But again, that's why that whole section is a mess. Because ain't nobody around here, because you should not be in competition with anyone else except yourself. Once you get to a point of being in competition with other YouTubers, it causes chaos. You can only be you. So I'm like, the fact that ain't a thought over here. And most YouTubers who I know, like, our little circle of people or whatever, ain't nobody in competition with each other. We're all doing our own thing, working our own content for our own subscribers. It has nothing to do with competing with other content creators for views. So that's not YouTube at all. That's beef and bullshit for clicks and views. That's to me not even being a content creator. You're fighting for nothing.
That's what I thought it was about. I didn't think it was going to end in violence.
A judge ordering Ruiz to be held without bail. Wiley says this incident is not a representation of all influencers.
It make all YouTubers look bad right now.
No, it don't. I look fine. I look good. Okay? It doesn't. And I wish they would have put a different YouTuber on, because his thought process, his points of views isn't YouTube. This situation does not make YouTube look bad because this is not typical YouTube. The beefing sector of YouTube is what's the this shit is what looks bad. It don't make other YouTube because we this not going on every day. And usually, even if somebody has an issue with somebody, it don't last that long. It may be one or two back and forth, and then that should be it. Okay, but some people take it further than that because that's them. But to me, this don't make YouTube look bad. It make folks who beef on YouTube look bad.
Because people think that we are violent and stuff like that. I have the Wiley show.
Who think we violent? We not violent. See again, this is some self promotion shit that he did. That's on him. I don't mind it, whatever. But no, who said that? You don't hear regularly about YouTubers popping each other.
I'm not violent. What Ruiz did was it was unethical, it was stupid, and he deserved to be in prison.
Well, Ruiz is slated to be back in court this Thursday to be arraigned on open murder charges.
Open murder. Open murder charge. Again, two people were unalive. Now they say on Thursday, which is tomorrow, he can possibly get bond. No, leave him in there. Okay, he should because he rolled around and found the people he had issues with and killed them both. Now, to my knowledge, they said both of them were shot in the head. From what I was told when he was because he fled the scene, like took off his hat and maybe a scarf. Again, and fled the scene. Now both Rodney and Denisha were pronounced dead at the scene because of what he did, because of how he killed them. This was not I'm afraid about life. No, you took out two individuals within less than 10 seconds. From the time he walked up, it wasn't even conversation. Like it wasn't even a let's beef, let's argue. It's like he seen them, walked up on them, pop to Rodney, and then pop to Tanisha, and they're both gone. And it's insane because it's like that's not normal behavior. That's not logical behavior. So I feel like one, he wasn't right in the head in general. And that does not mean that it's an excuse. What it means is he knew what he was doing and did it. He knew what he wanted to do and he did it. He went there with his piece. And I think Las Vegas is an open carry state. So he went there with his piece and killed two people. Now in court he said, when the court paperwork, he told the police that he thought he saw Rodney reaching for something, and so he was in fear of his life. He then said when he turned and looked at the wife, he thought she had something in her hand, and so he killed her too. No. Mm-mm. No. Why you even go? Why you went there for a reason? You didn't just run into them. You went to seek them out. YouTube beef should never lead to prison or death. And people need to realize YouTube is supposed to be a fun escape, a place you can conversate. I know that word, okay? You can watch stuff, have fun with stuff. You have it's a relationship with people. Okay, it becomes a friendship of sort. Okay, because we all in different states, different cities, different countries. Okay, connecting via the internet. Once there is beef between people who don't even live in the same state, it ain't worth it. Because now two individuals have lost their lives. He going to prison. Okay, he's going to prison. And until I'm like, what? No, it's just crazy that anyone would think oh yeah, this is the thing to do. This is yeah. I'm upset. We've been beefing for a year or two. They in my city. I'ma roll up on them and pop them. Yeah, like that's not normal. That's not logical. That's insane. That's insanity. Period. Because we don't live in the same state. We never have to look at each other, talk to each other in person. Now they said it was also they had surveillance video footage that tracked him down. He left the scene, threw away his hat and T-shirt. Okay, they found the hat and the shirt. Okay, they found they found a 9mm handgun hidden between a fence and a wall. And the gun was the gun used. They have all the evidence and you did all that for what? For what? For what? So he was arrested. As you see, he's in custody. But I need folk to I need folk to understand you don't need to beef for views. And if you do have a simple beef, because it may happen, sometimes folk fall out, whatever. You need to know when too much is too much. Okay? So to me, YouTube is at fault for letting them both keep striking each other, uh, their channels. So there was a consistent issue. If they kept striking each other for content or copyright stuff or whatnot, like shut them both down because it was some kind of issue. You know what I'm saying? That's part one. So that's where I fought YouTube because they both, to me, were doing that for the viewership and the content or whatever. So that's part one. But YouTube is not to blame for the murder. Many years, okay. Finney and them, I don't know why they went to Vegas, but they have every right to go to Vegas. Now, if you went to Vegas to antagonize Manuel Ruiz, that was stupid. And the only reason I say that, because some folk is fucking insane. And you have to watch who you poke. If you poke a bear and they bite you, you should not have been poking the bear. Okay? If you know a bear lives in the wilderness, poke that bear from outside their reach. Okay? Talk cash money shit about the bear where the bear can't get to you. Let the bear be pissed in the woods and you over there across the pond. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So if Rodney and Tanisha flew to Vegas to try to purposefully poke at Manny for clicks and views, they're wrong. They're at fault for that. However, the only person at fault for these two individuals no longer being alive is Manuel. Okay, him and him alone. The person who pulls the trigger is the trigger man. That's who's guilty for it. Not that's who's accused of it. That's because again, now it's tons of evidence. Okay, between surveillance footage, the live, they found the murder weapon, they found the clothes that he was wearing it during he turned himself in. He turned himself in on Monday, because it happened on Sunday. He turned himself in. So all of this leads up to the alleged killer being the killer, and it's his fault because he could have sat his ass at home, ate his food. He did not have to come outside to look for the. Again, he already maced, pepper sprayed, bubbly a year or two ago, which is how all of this started. They didn't know each other. This YouTubers YouTubing and trying to say who can do whatever content. If I'm out here recording or making content, because he would dress up and do stuff around Vegas or whatever, and when they was in Vegas and they recorded him, he felt like don't infringe upon my content, and that's why he pepper sprayed Mace Bubbly. So that's how it started. But either way it go, the accused is the one that's at fault. Yes, YouTube could have shut down both pages if they kept fucking with each other. No, Finney and Bubbly shouldn't. If they did, no, they shouldn't have went to Vegas to antagonize them. If that's why they went there, they might go to Vegas. It's Vegas. But sometimes we also have to learn stop playing with folks. Again, you never know what people are going through and how far they will take things. They probably never thought we beefing on social media, he gonna kill us. They may not thought that. But again, that's why stop playing with people because some folks ain't playing with a full deck of cards and they round here killing folk because they are insane and they need to be in prison. But again, he's currently charged with two more open murder because he openly murdered them on the Vegas in front of the Bellagio. Girl, you two beef should never end this way at all, at all. But thank God it was caught on camera, and so the alleged culprit can be held accountable. Because no matter the petty beef between the people, they did not deserve to be executed on the damn Vegas Strip over the weekend at all. Anyway, I'm done. Okay. Look, learn how to fight fair, learn how to move on from beef, and learn when you do not have to be a negative Nancy on the social media for clicks and views. Okay. Grow your channel organically, and once you see that you get more attention for negativity, remember, negativity breeds negativity. It does. Now, may they rest in peace because, again, they did not deserve to die. Did not. Period. Hard stop. And if he's guilty, because he has not been convicted yet, okay, but the video of someone who looks exactly like him, if he's the culprit, may he burn in hell. Okay, I gotta go, y'all. Make sure to like the video. Okay, subscribe to my channel, watch the other content. Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and TikTok. And I have to go. Bye.